Is the Indian economy slowing down, or is it just hitting a temporary roadblock? With private investments weak, elections distracting the government, and a looming K-shaped recovery, where are we really headed? Former RBI Governor Raghuram Rajan calls it a wake-up call. Let's break it all down. Welcome back to the Techno-Economics Podcast, your go-to channel for everything finance, technology, and economics. In today's episode, we're diving deep into a critical discussion sparked by none other than Raghuram Rajan at the World Economic Forum in Davos. Is India's growth sustainable, or are we still riding the post-pandemic recovery wave? And what happens when elections, global economic shifts, and structural challenges come into play? Stick around, because we're unpacking it all. Let's get started. Indian economy is slowing and it is a wake-up call. Ex-RBI governor asks how much of the growth was just recovery and how much was truly sustainable. The economic losing steam, partly due to reduced infrastructure spending and government's focus shifting towards elections. Raghuram Rajan, economist and former RBI governor, tells Vinod Mahanta in an interaction on the sidelines of the World Economic Forum in Davos. He addressed questions on various issues, including the pace of the Indian economy, its challenges, and the impact of Trump's return on India. What's your take on the Indian economy? I think that we certainly saw, in the last quarter, a slowing. The key issue is it a reflection of things to come or an aberration? But clearly, part of what's going on is that infrastructure spending slowed in the last quarter. Maybe because governments were distracted by elections, and so on. But it is a little worrisome that there is so much dependence on government spending when private investment is weak and consumption by households is also not as strong as it should be. Remember, earlier it was weakness in the lower middle class consumption. Now the upper middle class seems to be stabilizing. So, part of the issue is how much of the strong growth was just recovery growth from the calamity of the pandemic, and how much was truly strong, sustainable growth? Do you see a divergence in the Indian economy that a certain group of people or certain sections are doing really well, and certain groups are not? I think till recently that was certainly the case of upper middle class doing well because the stock market is doing well, house prices have started climbing again, and also because they had the jobs. Service-based export is benefiting the well-educated IIT-IIM graduate, and also those who have been in the professions long. Also, big firms have been doing well. That's why some of us have been warning about a K-shaped recovery for a number of years now. I am not happy that we have slowed, but I do think it's a wake-up call. Is taxation becoming a problem for people now, in the sense of being too high? If you're not generating strong income growth, then anything is going to be problematic. You worry about any source of loss of income, and taxation is obviously one aspect of it. But I don't think that, at our levels of taxes, that's a huge problem. I would say we need to re-examine it every time. But I would say the more important issue is that we need stronger job creation. That's how we're going to establish more confidence in the people who are slowing down their spending. Will Trump be good for India? It's hard to say. I think that on the one hand, India has enjoyed strong relationships with Republican governments. But on the other hand, Trump administration is anti-globalization, so there is a source of worry because we have benefited from globalization. Thank you for watching till end. I will meet with new research till then.